And well, the check-in and temperature check of the community, maybe this week it's a mix of like, how are you guys feeling? There's so much of like, yeah, a lot of people getting sick and a huge transition from like the full steam that we were at and then Paris, and now we're trying to catch up with everything. So this call will be mostly for that, for us to catch up with each other, build the momentum again, see what we need. Is there anyone that needs time, that needs support in any ways, and how we're moving forward? So I'll pass to Katie to start.
Right. So yeah, all of what you just said. I'm a little bit, as I just mentioned in the AMA, discombobulated too, because I'm still in a travel mode, which is different for me. And so I'm like quasi sort of halfway vacation thing going on here with the kids, and we're in America and we're popping around. And so I'm trying to get the momentum back after Paris. It's like after Paris, but then ahead of me is a month of US time zones, which I know a lot of you do the time zone popping around with. For me, that means I've got more kid time. It's a little more complicated for me. But I'm excited to be working on getting the momentum going. So, and also maybe I can figure out how to, I'm ready to like dive in again. And I just want to be careful too, to make sure I get things done. I'm feeling good. And people are asking me about the hatch. So I'd also like to maybe share the question now too with the temperature check, like how is the TEC feeling about the hatch? And so I'm feeling sad that everybody's getting sick and stuff, but I think that's all being sorted out well. So I'll pass to Griff.
Yeah, I think the temperature check is pretty good relative. I'll agree that like it's like I guess it's hard that there's just like on these fundraisers there's kind of like everyone wants to put in at the end. So I'm not really worried yet, but that doesn't mean it's kind of like tickets at Burning Man. Every year I've ever gone, everyone I know who has ever committed to going to Burning Man got a ticket. Every single year. If you're like, no, I'm going to drive to Burning Man without a ticket, you will get one at the door. And every year, I've led a camp for the last 3 years, and I've been going since 2011, haven't missed one. I guess the last 3 burns that happened because COVID cancels everything. But every year, I have extra tickets that I can't give to people because people cancel at the last minute or whatever. And it's one of these things where it's like, if you just trust, if you just know that it will happen, then it will happen. But it takes faith. It takes some faith, and faith works out. And I don't know a single person who really, the only people I know who couldn't get a ticket are the people who gave up. And that also means people who buy fake tickets and go anyway, I get them in, They get in. There's a ticket there. So, okay, yeah. And then temperature check. I mean, obviously, it was so amazing for us all to meet in person. And so I think at least the core community is still living off of that. Although, and in fact, the temperature is really high here. All the COVID cases have really elevated the temperature. Yeah, I think it's good though. But I haven't really, man. It's been hard. I think we did lose a lot of momentum. I'd love it if like David or some other people. Well, I bet Mount Manu has has a better thought on things. So I'll pass it to you, Manu. You actually know what the people are doing these days.
Thanks, Griff. Yeah, I started, messaging people, trying to onboard them or just ask them whatever, trying to putting fuel back into the fire. Some of them replied, some of them didn't. Some of them thought that I was gonna, one of those, congratulations, you won an ETH. One of them was like, can I send you ETH? I was like, no, but that's a good trap that you set in there. And so yeah, I just talked to someone that I'm gonna onboard him tomorrow. I can talk about that with you, Suga, later. And yeah, the hatch video is ready. If anything, I just like some feedback on things on how to make it better so that we can launch it already, and maybe that would get people. They're not gonna get as excited as the other video, because the other video was more like everyone. This one's animated. But yeah, I think it's seasons, right? It's flow. It's an ebb and flow, and we're at a part where everyone's kind of just collecting themselves. And I'm not worried either. I like what you said, Griff, about trusting. And I mean, I don't know, metaphysically, that's just how things manifest. I think God just automated the whole thing where what you think, becomes your reality, kind of making it in a self-fulfilling prophecy kind of way. And it's just about maintaining that type of mentality and expanding it onto everyone else. Other than that, there's not much to know, because there hasn't been a lot of calls. So from talking to people, they're interested. They want to see how they can get involved, and I've been helping them in as much as I can. Doing some user testing. I got like 4 people already. And gonna step my game up, and I don't know how many we're aiming at, but I'm just gonna go overboard. And that's it. I'll pass it to Septi.
I think I'm the last one. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Zep. I hope you manage to go back home soon. And yeah, I think we just have to, I agree with Griff. The people that were in the conference are still very fueled by that, but then there is this reintegration to the online space, and even like people that are still traveling, it's hard to make sure that I'm here. And I mean, it's okay, it's this moment of transition, but I think it would be, really great to understand the things, to put more momentum on, and then take up like the list of needs of each working group. That would be really great to have that going, because if everyone reflects on what they need for their working group, I think we can bring more collaborators and the fire gets built again. But now, because there's not so many of us here, maybe we can ask that question in the sprint planning. I can talk to Nate about that. And then the spotlight for tomorrow. So, Griff, do you have any news about Nate, if he's around? Or
You're muted, Griff.
Let me see. Hey, Nate? Are you awake? I don't want to wake him up. He's...
Oh no! If he's sleeping, it's okay. I mean,
I assume
everybody's
I
sick
assume
now.
he's...
We shouldn't.
I know, exactly, right? Like, want to know why attendance is poor? We all got the COVID, man. We all got the COVID. We all got
Oh
it.
no!
You think you're free?
Yeah.
You're part
I
of the
think Nate.
TC.
I,
What?
I think. Yeah. I think Nate went to my friend's house.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I gave him the information and he sent me a message saying he got in the door. So I think he left.
Oh, so he's not sleeping here anymore?
I don't think so. Don't you have to leave there?
Not for 2 more days.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know. I gave him the information and then I'm just now contacted the guy. Wait, second floor, turn right. Third floor worked. When that sounds like he must have walked through a door.
Okay,
I don't know. That's all I got. Floor
Yeah,
worked.
this
Maybe
that
he-
just happened here sounds like the current state of information we've been and communication we've been having in the community. It's like, oh, where, who, oh, what's happening? So
Yeah.
we'll probably get more in sync when everyone starts to feel better. But does anybody has a lead for the spotlight? Since I'll also message Nate and see if he has something in mind.
Yeah, just keep me informed so that I can make sure that I know if I have to improv or something. Maybe. Why don't you let me take that agency on? I'll talk to Nate about it, so that
Yeah,
there's no
I
point in
was
you.
gonna message
I'm the one.
him right now.
Yeah, I already messaged him as well.
Okay, cool.
I'm the one who has to look like an idiot if there's no one there. So I think I have the most
Okay,
incentive.
you have the incentives. Cool.
Well, speaking of which, there he is. Look at that. Hey, Nate.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, keys.
Hi, Nate.
He says
We were
thank you.
just
So
summoning you.
he can't hear you. We were wondering about the spotlight, Bill.
Grab
Gravitons?
no.
He said, let's go to the next topic. Governance. It's governance.
No, not governance. I mean, we just needed to speak about this again.
Olivia says
We
no.
talked about it.
Yeah.
It's just because something is happening in the governance that we also need to reach like alignment there.
Good luck.
So I think it's not the best moment. Huh?
Good luck.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, back to the agenda. Oh man, I missed Tam already. So sharing working group news for the bi-weekly blog spot. Do we have so one thing that we were thinking is important to share is explain that there is no leaderboard in this meeting. I mean this week, and why not? So just this transition from like, oh, we had the last praise quantification until we have the commons upgrade, because then we'll be able to submit a proposal to the DAO to reward that. And we don't have like full information on it. We have some directions that we are looking into, and maybe just communicate something like that. But just so people understand why the leaderboard wouldn't be there this time. Hi, Chewy.
Hi, Livy. Hi, everyone. Sorry I'm late.
Okay.
We didn't have electricity when we came in our apartment. That sucks. And but yeah, now everything is back to normal.
Thanks for joining. Are you back in Mexico yet?
Yes, in Mexico City, finally.
Oh, cool. Welcome back home. Hey, Nate. Okay, so yeah, just quickly, Nate, updates on the governance. I thought like it was we talked like a few weeks ago, so I think it was a bit on the air. But this week there are some things that we are like reaching alignment there, so maybe it's not so easy to speak about it this week. But if there's no other spotlight, we can all chat and try to find someone. And Griff also said he would look into it.
Yeah, I've got a list of people I can go through real quick and see if anybody can do it last second. But yeah, if not, we'll play it by ear.
Awesome. Sounds great. And then back to the blog post. Yeah. So
Should we do
what
a?
are some?
Sorry, should we do a Paris Taoist recap, and then I can put in all the links, like the videos?
Yeah, I think that sounds great. Unfortunately, the Taoist videos didn't work, so we don't have recordings. But
I do have some of the footage that Julie and Isaac were getting. So yeah, I still need to go through all of it, but yeah, we have some footage from the Taoist and from the unconference.
oh,
Cool.
awesome.
Do you think that you'll be able to like upload that to YouTube before? Well, whatever. There's no strict deadline, but by next week or early next week or.
I wanted to work in a small movie the next couple of days, and we could probably use that. And so for Friday, would this be okay?
This Friday? Next Friday?
Yeah. No, this Friday, like in 2 days.
You will have it done in 2 days?
Yeah, I think I can have a minute long thing figured out. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So I'll include that in the blog. Okay. Yeah, great.
And Chewy, my team can help you with the editing if you need anything.
Thanks, Manu. Actually, for like this footage is gonna have many purposes, and I do need to talk to you about like some of the stuff that we're gonna be using this for. But I mean, for the sake of like not losing the hype around the event and everything that happened, I think like I'll do it myself just to have it done sooner, because yeah, like working at in a distance with India might take a little bit more hours. But yeah, I can figure it out for the next couple of days.
Yeah, also would be good to put Angela's talk because she shows the TEC in the end, and there's probably a good quality talk from the ETC. Is there anything else you need, Katie, from us for the blog post?
Or subjects? I could just do like say how many TEC people got COVID. That's the quantification.
You're muted, Griff.
It doesn't. I don't think we hit double digits yet, right? We're still under 10. Yeah, I think 8. Christopher too. So.
Okay, so explain why there's no leaderboard, Paris recap, situation of the team.
Hatch. The hatch. Just do another thing on the hatch, and what else?
Anything about params?
I don't think this is the week for params. I mean, yes, there is, but I think we should wait until next week. Unless Manu wants it in there somewhere. He's pushing user testing, but I think user testing will be more valuable next week. At the end.
We could share something about the unconference, like the topics that were discussed and the notes. We need to push that, right, for the notes to become forum posts.
Yeah, we need to get the notes into forum posts. I can definitely take the ones that I can take some of them.
I can grab some too.
Okay, so this might be enough, right, for a post. And the Stewards Weekly Update forum post. Help Katie making informative updates to your community sync slides. So is this going to happen after Thursday? And then it's just a recap of what we shared, but in a forum format?
This week is so tricky, isn't it? Yeah, normally that's tomorrow when the stewards, when you submit your slides, if you include something that you want to be included in the weekly update. Yeah. If everybody could do that, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I can help you with that too if you need. If there's like not so much from each working group. But maybe that we can focus a lot on params then, just like sharing the progress and what's happening in the calls and the working groups that stayed in the ground and sharing kind of the same that is going to go to the blog post, but maybe in a more like chill way. What do you think? And then Griff, you added a next topic here.
Yeah, I was hoping to get a Google Forms together on params so that we could all vote. But I didn't finish it. I'm working on it during this call. But maybe it looks like we're blazing through the agenda, so maybe I'll just put in the stewards channel. But basically, I guess while there's enough of us here, I just want to like point out the defaults forum post and then talk about the different params choices that I kind of gave to the stewards, and that the idea here, yeah, oh, thank you. The idea is that there should be like there are a lot of parameters, too many to be enjoyable to use a dashboard and choose. So we took out the ones that really don't have that much impact from like the flow. We like chosen. Some of these parameters I think would be best for them to be chosen by words. So there's transferability and name of the that is should the token be transferable? If the token is non-transferable, it can still be bought and sold. It's something really spicy. But if it's transferable, then it can go on Uniswap, and we can have arbitrage between Uniswap and the bonding curve. So there's a lot of value for the TC in making it transferable, because that's another use case for the token. There's like, if it's transferable, there's a lot more innovative features that can happen. Like we can do yield farming and these classic like DeFi strategies. But if it's non-transferable, then we get the benefit of being able to really accurately model and examine the system to like really for the scope of like what we have to measure, because there's like just a lot. It becomes a very closed system that's much easier to analyze, and for future commons, in many ways that would be beneficial. So there is value, I would say, for like the common stack or other commons that want to model after the TEC if it's non-transferable, because we can kind of cut the static and just analyze how the bonding curve and conviction voting stuff works. But for the TEC and the future success of the economy, it's probably better for it to be transferable. And this is a question because we can't, the way that it would be very complicated to change transferability midstream. So we can't start with it non-transferable and then switch to make it transferable. That doesn't actually, we don't have that functionality. That's not possible. So, and again, this is just us choosing it as a default in the set of parameters. It's not like we're deciding this for everyone, but we effectively are, because the power of defaults is real. So that's transferability. Then there's, what should we call the token? Should the token be called Token Engineering Commons? Should it be called TEC? Should it be Livia coin? Because why not, right? What do we want to default this as? Then the other three are the ones that I was originally going to say it should be Gravity choosing these, but at the same time it's kind of like, well, it's Gravity and SoftGov and maybe legal, and it's just all of us. And it's the proposal deposit and the action deposit and the settlement time. And these parameters are about Celeste, and it's basically like, how much should it cost? How much money should someone put up as a deposit to make a proposal? How long should, when someone challenges that proposal, how long does the person have to respond? And how much should the challenge cost? So, like, for instance, we could say that it will cost, can you scroll down a little bit to the proposal deposit section? The left out section? Yeah. A little bit lower. A little bit lower. Oh, a little bit higher. A little bit higher. Higher. Higher, higher, higher. Higher, even more. Yeah, keep going, keep going. Oh, there. Wait, lower, 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 lower. 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 Oh, there's a delay. Oh, okay. Yeah, stop. That's great. Proposal deposit, settlement period, challenge deposit. Thank you. I wasn't sure if they were in XDAI or if they were in TEC tokens. Looks like they're in XDAI. So, and that would, I'm still not sure about that. I might have to check that. But yeah, so challenge deposit is like, if you want to challenge someone, should the proposal deposit be 100 DAI? And then the challenge deposit be 200 or maybe 100 DAI? Maybe they're matching, right? How long, when someone challenges it, do we give the proposer time to respond before it's just taken down? If someone challenges it and the original proposer doesn't do anything, then it's just taken down and the person loses their deposit. So like, this is the other settings that we need to decide as stewards. So yeah, I'll make a form for these things, and if you guys had any questions about this, I need to confirm that it's going to be XDAI and not TEC, but yeah. Do you guys have any questions about those 3 parameters? Those 5 parameters?
So yeah, can you collectively challenge with other people for a total amount? Or no?
I mean, technically you could with like a smart contract or something, but no, it'd be a little difficult. It's like a 1-person challenge. But you can of course collect funds from multiple people and put it up. Also, when you challenge, if your challenge is successful, you get the person's deposit. Or when you challenge, you can say, oh, the person can take their deposit back. Right? So if it's like an honest mistake, like, oh, hey, you proposed this twice. You must have clicked the button too many times for some reason and not noticed. You know, like, I'm going to challenge this so that people don't start voting using their tokens on 2 different conviction voting things at the same time, right? But so I'm going to challenge this, but I'm not going to take your deposit. Just like you get your deposit back.
I think a good question is, what is the best way to decide these defaults? Should we start having some sessions for it?
It's too much. I was just going to do a Google form and see where the differences are, and then have one session where we talk it out, give results. I think that I mean, I wish there were more people here that we could talk about it with, but I don't necessarily think that it's like, in the end, it's not the most critical decision ever, because it is just a default, and we can even change it later if we all decide that, oh, hey, this is a bad default, you know, and the end user can change it.
Do you think it would be interesting to have maybe 3 options? So have the technocracy decide 3 options, and then we can put out as a signal vote, not a vote, that almost like an advice process signaling vote, that because this can be changed in the future and is just going to be a suggestion, like the default is just a suggestion, then we wouldn't need like a decision-making process, like a voting that would be yes or no, but just having those 3 proposals to be signaled. And then the signaling can influence
Which 3 proposals?
the imaginary ones that I'm creating. So let's say the technocracy comes together and creates 3 possible defaults.
I think we're making too much work for ourselves here. It really just needs to be
Okay.
I think it's a lot easier for the stewards to just like, you know, kind of like we get initial individual opinions from each steward on what the defaults should be. We report that back, and I show a spreadsheet of what the results are, and then we verify that the stewards like these results. And then if there's a challenge to that process, like if there's a polarity between the stewards, then we you know, have more discussions until we can get something. But I definitely don't want to belabor it, because in the end it's totally customizable, and like it's really easy for people to just like go into the advanced settings, like us as individuals go into the advanced settings and say, actually, token needs to be non-transferable because that's how I think it is, and I'm going to make all of my proposals non-transferable, and I'm going to go to the debates and tell people it should be non-transferable, and that this default is wrong. You know, we have a full decision-making process for challenging whatever we decide. It's really just like, this is more like advice process, just to get like, you know, what color should this be on the website? It's a little bit more important than that, but like, let's not make it too much more important.
Okay. I understand. That makes sense.
I would
Anybody has anything else? Yeah.
I'd just much rather us be like soliciting funds from hatchers than like belaboring these defaults that might not even matter.
Does anybody else has anything else to say about this topic, or should we move?
I'm
Okay,
excited.
so
I'm excited to see what you guys think we should call the token.
should we schedule a session to go over this? You're muted.
I kind of figured we would just do it in one of these stewards calls. It's not. Yeah. I don't think we need. I think we can either do it. We can do it in a stewards call. I think it's more like, you know, a 10-minute thing.
Okay. Okay, great. We can put in the next week's agenda then. So next topic is the next sprint planning. That's going to be Friday, August the 6th. So next week. And Nate is going to guide us through that. Do you want to share something about it, Nate?
Not yet, but I'm looking forward to doing it. So, yeah, Tam will be out of town and on vacation, so leave her alone for a bit and give her a break. So I'm looking forward to doing it, though.
And then the working group sprint check-in. So how is everyone feeling about their working groups? And I chatted a little bit about this with Tam yesterday, that we thought this week would be less of a like looking into Zen Hub type of thing, but we should also do that, but more like understanding how to build momentum again for the working groups and what is the direction we're seeing for them. Did anything changed? How are we going to behave in this period in between hatch, like in the hatch and in the commons upgrade? So this phase before the launch, how are we feeling about the work? Do we need support for anybody from anybody? So yeah, just we can go around and share a little bit about each working group. And I'll open Zen Hub and also take a look at what we have there. I assume most of us haven't looked at this board in a little bit, so it's a good refreshment. Chewy, do you want to go first?
I don't think I have like a lot to have right now. It's something that, yeah, I just need to like go through and update. Like there like 769, like I could close it already, and I also, yeah, I also have to like regarding like duties and contributions in uh before next planning, I'd like to uh just put together whatever proposal is going to work with contributors, uh so that this is like clear, especially after the fantastic job that they made during our week at ETCC. So other than updating it right now, uh, I would like to just have this contributors proposal ready before like we do more actual planning, so that we can know how to like assign it to people, and just how we're gonna be working after the hatch closes. Um, So yeah,
Mm,
that's what I would uh, say for comms, and I'll pass it to Nate.
Can I add just one last question? Uh, what is something that is there something that inspired you in the week in the conference week to like add to your working group flow? And if not, it's okay. Just curious.
Mm, I mean, regarding like the big projects, like the video that I talked about, and just like bigger, like more ambitious projects. I I feel that like there's like a really good team right now that can work in these ideas, but uh, I guess I could say that uh, like from now on, I I I feel that projects are going to be much more as isolated in like in like in independent in a sense. Uh, so I'm looking forward to like how this can work, but I don't have like a clear idea yet. It's something that I would like to give a thought to. Uh, but yes, I like how we can do more ambitious projects for comes in the horizon.
Do you want to pass it to someone?
Yeah. Well, Nate.
Yeah, thanks, Chewy. Yeah, I learned a lot at this conference, and I've been thinking about the working groups in particular, especially after keeping up with the whole shapeshift decentralization move. And I think that, with the working groups in particular, I think if we can really hunker down and really focus each working group and all the participants that are within that group and really have them focus on that working group alone and not bounce around so much, I think that we could really start treating each working group like its own individual DAO, and I think it would be very beneficial to us in getting prepared for what's coming after with the TEC. I think once we start doing that and we start building relationships internally and we get onto really good working relationships and we really start just kind of focusing internally, just looking inward, I think we can get a lot done and try to work on coordination in that manner rather than trying to be a little bit more holistic and kind of over spanning multiple working groups. So I would really like to see, so like Chewy, if you have people in your communications working group, have them really focusing on comm stuff, just nothing but comms, nothing but comms. So yeah, that's my opinion on things, and I would like to kind of see some more practice towards that. But yeah, outside of that, I think that we've got a lot of challenges coming up, and I think we'll do fine. But I'll pass it to Zeptimus.
Hey, Zap, is there something in transparency that you want to that you've been thinking about, or how is the work in transparency doing, or how are you feeling that in general? Thank you. I think it passed to Craig.
Yeah, thanks, Septi. Missed the majority of the call. I was on another call. I don't have much to contribute to that discussion. I'll just say I have time available and I'm feeling kind of useless. So if anybody has any menial tasks that require something that I might be able to wrangle, given my breadth of superficial knowledge.
Well, I know one
There's
thing.
Griff. You guys spoke too fast. Go.
Yeah, I got one for you, Craig. Well, Manu might have something for you too, but the unconference. This is cleaning some of these forum posts up, or like we took a bunch of notes and maybe working with Nate on collecting. I know Nate has a lot of notes in his back pocket, and I don't know if anyone else does too, but collecting one at a time and making each unconference session its own forum post, so that the people who couldn't attend the unconference can still participate in the discussion that was had there.
Yeah, that's a good example, Griff. I can hit up Nate. Right, Nate? Yeah, okay. Cool. Yeah, anybody else, that type of sort of async, go for it task. It could be content, it could be spreadsheet jockeying, it could be whatever. Nice to see everybody, and I'll pass to maybe who hasn't gone. Manu, maybe?
Yeah, thanks, Craig. Yeah, actually, I was gonna offer, if you want to try the comments configuration dashboard and the demo that we have right now for the part of the website that will be dealing with the due diligence and the explanation that leads to you playing and tinkering with the Commons config dashboard, then I can definitely send you the instructions and the Google form that you'll be putting your feedback in, and that would really be something helpful for the whole team. Other than that, I don't know. I like what Nate said about specializing. In the end, it's gonna depend on everyone. I mean, I've liked working on several different things. What I maybe don't like is like scavenging through tasks and seeing what could be done. Like, if I think it takes a lot of energy, and if there was perhaps, I mean, I understand how that's the way it is right now, and maybe when the Commons gets upgraded, every working group will have like a certain number of tasks, and the project management and everything would be very consolidated. But I just like people. I just like to be given things to do so that I can focus on doing them and not having to look for them. And it's I mean, it's contingent on where we are right now in the hatch and pre-hatch phase. But yeah, I like what Nate said regarding that specialization, and I don't have anything else to add. I'd be happy to talk with you, Chuy, regarding the video and comms, and really like the conference thing. I want to learn what things were going on out there, and seeing how I can pick the brains of some of the most brilliant people, in Web3. So that being said, who's left? Am I the last one? I'll pass it back to you. Okay.
Katie, do you want to take it?
Oh, yeah, Huga.
Quick. Yeah. Wow, I got a lot going on. I'm so excited. I had some really great, I was already like developing an orientation team before Paris. I became a steward in Paris. My mind is exploding, and I'm like zooming in, zeroing in on organizing all of that now. I've got some great people ready to go, and so yeah, that's about it. Thanks.
Oh, Libby, are you done, Katie?
Yeah, I still have to share about SoftGov too. But is it what?
You connected me with Michael regarding the Arbor boat. Very productive talk we had yesterday, like 3 hours, and it's about visualizing arguments and creating the tools. So like a program that will visualize the arguments and the premises, but specifically for DAOs. Like this has been done more in like a legal context. Michael is creating a tool to do this for DAOs, for visualize the arguments and the premises and the knowledge and the evidence within the proposals. I had been working on that for like a week, and I talked about it with Levy. He connected with Michael. I think there's a lot of potential to apply this to the way we do sense making around the proposals, and excited to keep working on that. And that being said, I'll just pass it to you, Levy.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm happy it worked out. Michael is that guy we met, Griff, that was doing the proposal debate tool. So Manu was talking about that yesterday. He's connected them and they're rolling. That's awesome. Yeah, and for SoftGov, I think there's a lot of things to do, a refinement on them. I think this looking into the decisions we had is a big one, and it's kind of boring. I think I think nobody wants to do that. But Craig, I don't know if your plate is not full already with the unconference notes and stuff. I mean, I don't think it's boring, but I got the vibes yesterday in the call that people didn't want to look at it. So if there's someone interested, I'll be doing that this week. Just looking into some of our old documents, seeing how we transition things, what types of decisions we've been going with, which ones were dropped, if any. Are there any that were just like emerged out of the status quo and that we never voted on? So just having a little look on that, I think, will be cool for us. And yes. That's awesome. Thank you, Zep. And also the covenant. So I have to sync with Santi on that and with Sean. That was paused for a little bit, but it was great. I had some great insights this week looking into it, especially like Sasha's talk focused a lot on the covenant and through a good insight that I think we can use. So I think that's mostly it for SoftGov, and also like improving the Git book. And yeah, moving forward with these things. And if anyone, and integrating that, Manu, that you're working with, if you need help with anything, and if anyone has something that you feel like, oh, SoftGov should be looking into that, let's open space in the next talk for it, and the next call for it.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. The idea is if you have like a finite set of elements and each element is an argument, and then you give weights to the arguments, people vote on the different arguments and they acquire weight, then the best arguments or the most popular ones kind of rise to the surface and they get validated, and then the people who propose that argument somehow gain some reputation that allows them to become curators.
Hey, Manu,
Yeah.
do you think he would be down to do the spotlight?
Yes, I think he would actually, and that would be solving that would solve some of the issue that we had at the beginning of the talk. Yeah, I'll talk to them.
Okay. Yeah, keep Nate obviously in the loop if you can. And I just want to make sure I didn't get a chance to do mine. We only have 2 minutes left. Did it?
Okay.
Oh no.
Garden
Sorry,
Swarm
Griff.
is. Sorry. Common Swarm is going well. We're pretty. It seems pretty. We have an auditor, Brett, who used to lead the A1 team, is going to audit it, and that's the main priority right now is kicking out that package to him, so that he has a link and stuff to see what it's like, and then I mean, there's other stuff happening behind the scenes, of course, in the Common Swarm, but nothing major to note. And then the Prams group is killing it right now. Manu's going to jump in and help us do user testing, and if anyone wants to help us validate the direction that we're going with, talk to Manu, because it's really cool. We have like the first, like the intro for people that will educate them on like what they need to know to actually pick the parameters. And it'd be really great to have as many people look at it as possible and make comments on the Figma. So just DM Manu if you're interested in it, and you get a sneak preview in like how the dashboard is going to be, and it's going to be like if you thought the Hatch dashboard was even serviceable, you'll be so impressed with what we're cooking up. Yep, and that's it. Oh, and the forum post. Oh my God! Like Nate and Mitch and Lauren and Manu, and like it's just such a swarm over there. I feel like, are there any forum posts left? I think Nate is reviewing a couple that Manu was working on, and then are there any others too?
2 left to post. Yeah,
Which ones are they?
the Commons Tribute and the opening price, and those will be up tonight.
I mean, holy crap! You know, what an undertaking. Thank you, Nate. Amazing work to get all these forum posts up there so that people can debate the parameters on a one-off basis. Yeah. I'll pass it back to you,
Cool.
Olivia.
I think that's it. We're on the top of the hour. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the patience with a non-TAM leading this meeting.